Hi guys, I'm just thinking because I've just done my foundation. Obviously the next thing I would do is like contour my face and do my highlight. But I was just putting this video off for a little while because I was thinking I do kind of two different versions of contouring depending on what I'm doing. So I'll do one version which is like an everyday one which looks more natural, and then I'll do like another one which is like a going out one which looks a little bit more extreme. And I know that sounds funny because I've never heard anyone else say that they do it two different ways, but I just find the thicker I do the contour and the more blended it is, the more kind of natural it looks. And then if I do like a really thin line and just buff out the edges a little bit, it kind of looks a little bit more extreme, like I've lost loads of weight and my face is really chiseled. So I'm probably just going to do either side of my face the two different ways that I would do it, and all it involves is this bit here, because I do the same on the rest of the face, like no matter which bit I'm doing. So what I tend to use for my everyday one is just literally a MAC bronzer, or any kind of bronzer. And the only reason, I know that people say not to use shimmer, but honestly you can't see the shimmer when it sits on your face, so I don't see the point of like not using it. I'm just going to look for my, oh god, sorry guys, I can't find anything again. I want to use kind of, there's a couple of different brushes I normally use for doing this, and it just kind of depends what mood I'm in as to what brush I'll use. So I don't really think there's any rules with this apart from where you apply it, but I think how you do it is entirely up to you. So sometimes I will contour with like this massive fluffy brush and literally just kind of buff it in like that. But like, I know some people might go, oh that's wrong, that's not how you're supposed to do it, but I find it looks absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do is take a random bronzer. This is by Prestige, and I'm going to do it kind of the natural way first and how I would do it just every day if I'm going to work. And basically all the videos that you see me guys do, I'm going to show you basically what I do. So I'm going to take loads of that on my, the reason I'm saying loads is because it's a bit of a cheap quality one and you need to really grab lots of products. So all I'm going to do is make my fishy face, and I'm just going to go from like the top there, but I'm only going to do a little bit because like I said it's kind of a more natural one that I'm going for. So I'm going to do that, buff it out a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is kind of move my hairline up and blend it up a little bit, and I'm going to do this fairly dark so you guys can see what I'm doing, but this is kind of the one I would do if I don't really want to use any blusher. And I kind of stop about there so it doesn't go past, like, doesn't go past my cheek bit. But that's, do you know what, god, this is so simple, like I don't really do anything else apart from that. But that's like if I want to do like an everyday one. And then what I'll do is I'll take more of the product and I will just go like underneath there and there. But again, like the side of my face I pretty much do the same, so I'll just kind of run my bronzer up there. But I think this just kind of depends what mood I'm in, because in the summer I tend to do this more and then just not use any kind of blusher because it's just so extreme. But you can kind of see that it's contoured, and obviously from that side it comes in, and on that side it doesn't. So I mean the idea of contouring is you make yourself look slimmer, but I tend to use contouring as like a way of like basically doing my blush as well. And then all I'll do with my blush is just put it like just on top of it. So that's kind of one side. And again, I know that some of you are going to go, oh this is wrong, but that's just, you know, I just think that from far away it looks quite nice. So the next one I'm going to do is like the severely chiseled look. And I'm going to go in with the same colour so you can see, and I'm going to go in with a much stiffer, like thinner brush. And all I'm going to do is like swipe the end of that in there and literally just draw the same thing from there to there, and then just kind of buff it out a little bit more. And sometimes I'll make it darker and I'll go in with like basically Sleek do this face contour kit, so I'll go in a little bit darker with that one, And this is basically one of those days where I feel like I want to look like Victoria Beckham and I want to look like I've got a really slim face. And I'll just go in like that. And then again, I'll just start blending it up. So I think it just completely depends, to be honest, how you kind of do your contouring. But like that, obviously, there, to me, looks different to that one there. But only because that one's kind of more chiseled, I would say. And then just gonna go in with that sleek contour a little bit and make it darker so you can see how different it actually looks. I can't believe I'm even doing a video on this. I don't even know enough about it. It's just my own creation that I came up with about the different versions. But like I said, I'm sure I'm going to get messages telling me it's a load of beep. And then I'm just going to blend that up. And then all I'll do again for the bottom is just, oh god, just draw a big brown line right underneath so that you don't get the double chin effect. So I don't know if you guys can see, but that's just more like a straight line, and then that other one is just kind of buffed out more. But I'm going to go back into that and just blend that a little bit more as I would. But this is kind of how you guys see it in most of my videos, is that version. But that version, like I said, the more kind of chiseled look I will only really do if I'm going out. The other thing that you can contour are the sides of your nose. And the reason people do that is just to make their noses look slimmer. So obviously I need to do that because my nose looks a little bit of an odd shape. So what I'm going to do is take the contour one. The reason I'm using this one is because it's a little bit darker. And then I'm literally just going to run that down that side of my nose and blend it out. And you can see the difference, like you can see that that side curves in. I'm going to do this kind of really exaggerated so you guys can actually see what I mean. I'm doing this in the camera, and that's probably the worst thing to do, is to do it directly in the camera. Because it means I can't actually see what I look like. Just so, and like I said, I am doing this kind of exaggerated so you can see, but obviously you don't want to be walking around with brown lines, so you just do need to blend quite a bit. And then for highlighter, what I like to do, because that's going to go on anything that you want to stick out. So down the middle of your nose, obviously your cheekbones, underneath there, and probably Cupid's bow, which is the places I highlight. So I'm taking Shell by MAC Cream Colour Base, and all I'm going to do is smile, and then anywhere where it looks shiny, that's it, I'm going to dab that on there. And I mean, you can see that straight away, that looks like a mirror in my face. But I honestly just think that it makes so much difference, and when you go out and you have like photographs done, it really does look pretty. As long as you don't do so much and your face kind of starts to look a little bit oily. But again guys, I am exaggerating this a bit, it's just so you can actually see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go down the middle of my nose with this, and then Cupid's bow, and then I'm going to do the highlight for my, just so you can kind of see where I place this. So chiseled contour look, they're not drastically different, but I can see the difference, and I'm kind of hoping that you guys can see the difference. So that's basically how I contour and highlight my face. And then obviously the next things would be to do the eyes, the lips, and then obviously the barnet, because obviously I have just got out of bed. So thank you very much for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.